Well, hi everyone. We're really excited to share a program idea from the Miami Dade College Kendall campus. My name is Nora Morales, and I'm the Associate Director for Learning Resources here at the Kendall campus. I help manage and lead the Computer Courtyard, Library, Academic Writing Support Lab, and the Student Support Lab.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Charlie Meehan. I am the Academic Writing Support Coach here at Miami Dade College Kendall campus. I also manage the Academic Writing Support Lab, and I've been teaching English here at all different levels since 1999.
And our colleague Leslie Alfonso couldn't be here today, but she has been a vital team member for this project. She is an associate instructor and oversees the Student Support Lab. So in this webinar, we want to highlight, we have different goals that we want to share. The initial concept, we want to talk about the communication that was involved and different continuous improvement efforts that we're trying here in the department. Next, we want to explain in detail the coordination, the resources that were used to implement this collaboration project. And we wanted to also review questions and results that were collected from student feedback surveys. And last, we want to be here to show you the information and framework that we use so you could recreate something like this at your own institutions.
So I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of a history of where this is born from, some background in what we've practiced, we've done in the past to bring us up to where we are today. So historically, in the Academic Writing Support Lab, it is mandated through the English department that faculty brings their students at the beginning of the semester for a scheduled writing lab orientation. Now, within this orientation, we provide them information about the services that we provide in the Writing Support Lab. It gives them an opportunity to actually visit the location so they know how to get there and where we are located in the learning resources. We introduce them to the tutors. We go over the guidelines and the stipulations as far as what goes on in the Academic Writing Support Lab. And we also try to get them to understand that, especially in ENC 1101, which is freshman composition, why writing is important for them, how they're on the beginning of a journey of academic writing for their academic careers. And so we try to stress to them that the more time that they put into visiting the Academic Writing Support Lab, the better they'll be prepared to take on the writing that they're going to be faced with throughout their academic careers. And so a few years ago, the Writing Support Lab and Learning Resources were merged into one resource. We moved from one building into actually the Learning Resources area. And so now we have this combined effort, we have this combined place where Learning Resources and the Academic Writing Support Lab are in one venue. And so Nora is going to talk a little bit about how Learning Resources fit into this merger.
So Charlie and I had a very candid and open conversation, and we were just, talking about, how it's going in the Academic Writing Support Lab after the merger. And he was telling us, and he told me, regarding the orientations, the faculty really liked them, the students really liked them, and by actually coming to the physical space as part of the orientation, that one time, that is a good determinant that they will continue coming to the lab. Then the conversation could have ended right there. So when I asked him, is everything okay? He actually mentioned that the one feedback that we were getting from professors was that it was a short time, so it was very beneficial, but the orientation took some of their class time. And then we kind of started talking about other resources that we offer in the department, and we have workshops that our workshops we feel are very valuable to students, and we get great feedback from the students that attend, but we don't necessarily have a candid an audience that we could present it to. So sometimes students say they enjoy it, the workshops, and they learn a lot from them, but it might not be at the time that's convenient. They might be in other classes, or they have to go to work. So we start thinking about maybe creating like a learning resources sampler, where when the students get the orientation at that same time, they could benefit from the workshops. So we kind of started talking about this last April, and then in the summer, we reached out to the chairperson for the English department, and she was the missing piece of the puzzle. And we talked to her about adding this to the ENC 1101 adjunct faculty syllabus. So she really liked the idea, and then she then presented it to the English faculty, and they all liked the idea. So this is where the collaboration began between the Student Support Lab, the Academic Writing Support Lab, and the English department, looking at our resources and realizing we can share them and we could do something together.
And so as Nora was just stating there, one of the struggles that we came to in our conversation is that many students see things in canisters. They don't see how writing and learning resources are connected. And so through this project and through this pilot, we're able to illustrate to the students that they go hand in hand, that there's a marriage of writing and learning resources. And so the setup and the delivery of this, as you can imagine, especially we started this pilot in the summer, so there were fewer ENC 1101 courses, and we did that on purpose so that we could test it on a small scale, because there are a lot of moving parts to this. The writing orientations are set up with the Academic Writing Support Lab staff, in which the staff reaches out to the faculty, provides them a schedule for when their orientation will occur on a day and time to bring their class to the Academic Writing Support Lab for that orientation. Faculty certainly can reach back out to the staff and say, hey, that days and time's not going to work for me. Can we take them on a Thursday as opposed to the Tuesday? Sure, no problem. We can accommodate that. But now we're adding this other element to the writing orientation, in addition to bringing your class to the Academic Writing Support Lab to instruct them and inform them as to the services that we provide for them in the Academic Writing Support Lab. We also want to include this learning resource sampler that you can choose from that you feel will be best suited for what you're achieving, your goals are in your course, so that you can add that to the Writing Lab orientation. So now, instead of it being just a 20-minute orientation to the Academic Writing Support Lab, there is this added element to it where now we're going to show them, we're going to give them a library tour, where we take them to the library, which surprisingly, you'd be surprised, but students didn't know where the library was. And so we actually physically bring them to the library and give them a tour of the library and show them where the reference is and where the circulation desk is. We can add a library instruction in which we have a librarian or a member of the Student Support Lab staff provide them instruction on how to use the different databases here at Miami-Dade College. We have workshops on project development skills. And so how do you use OneDrive? How do you deal with time and stress management? How do you create and use a tool like PowerPoint in your courses? Or even how to use Google Docs as an educational tool within your course. And then also one of the workshops we provided was a career builder workshop, in which again, as I stated earlier, ENC at 1101 is the beginning journey for their academic career when it comes to writing. And so how is this going to translate into the next phase of their life when they go out into the professional world? And so things like a resume writing workshop, interviewing with confidence, professional communication, email and verbal, and making a lasting impression. And so with these learning resource samplers, in addition to the writing orientation, we found that faculty said, this is a great resource. This is great. Not only are they getting a space for them to come to work on their writing, but now they're getting a learning resource workshop that is also applying the skills that they're learning in 1101, giving them real world and college level applications for what they're going to need to get through their academics and also into their professional career. And so the setup and the delivery took some time and dedication on the staff to coordinate all this, not just within ourselves, but also with the faculty that would work at a time that would be beneficial to them.
So this was, again, an interdepartmental approach, and the three different areas working together were building that strong foundation that our students need. So in our first pilot in summer 2018, these are some of our statistics, we were able to provide 15 workshops with an average of 21 students per class. So 315 students were served. And again, these students learned, either received a library instruction or a library tour or project development skills or career building skills. And these were hand-chosen by their adjunct faculty, by their professor, the skills that they felt they would most need and benefit from. And before this, maybe these students wouldn't have received this important information. Then these same faculty members gave us great feedback that it was really benefiting their students, and then they helped spread the word. And these are our statistics in the fall. So in fall 2018, the program grew. We were able to provide 85 workshops with an average of 21 students per class, and a total of over 1,700 students were served. Again, building this foundation, making sure that these students that are freshmen have these important skills that they'll be able to use throughout their time at college and later on in university really was very, very important to us, and the faculty and the staff involved in the project. So some of the questions, I wanted to share the questions that we asked. The first question was, were you familiar with this topic prior to today's workshop? And this one isn't listed, but 22% that they were familiar with it. And when we asked the next question, did you learn something new? We were very, very happy to see that 99.4% of the students said yes, they did learn something new. And we asked, what if you did, explain. And some of the responses were, and I'm quoting from the surveys, I learned new information on how to create a resume. I learned the availability of the writing workshops and that it's a tool I will be using to improve my writing. Today I learned communication skills and how to feel confident during an interview. I learned new ways to prepare for an interview. And I learned that the school has many resources that are just at our fingertips. We have no excuse not to have everything prepared and to get the help that we need. And the last question is, do you feel satisfied with the content provided? And do you feel this workshop is useful in helping you achieve your academic and or career goals? So as you see, the survey results really showed that it was making a difference and helping our students.
And I think also what the surveys were illustrating to us is that the students were now starting to see more clearly the relationship between what they're learning in ENC 1101 and the resources that are available to them in learning resources to help them not just in their ENCL 1 course, but in all of their courses. We're now starting to allow students to see things on a more broader scale. They see the long view of things. And so the skills in ENCL 1101 are now translatable into their psychology courses, or into their business courses, or their history courses. And the tools that they're being exposed to in the workshops are really setting them up for success early on in their academic career, and also down the road in their professional career. And so they're now starting to see that this is a one-stop place. I can improve my academics. I can become better prepared for my professional life, both in the academic writing support lab and in these workshops in the library. And the surveys and the feedback that we got from the students really helped to support that that's what they were gaining from this. And so it's great to have an idea, but how do you get that idea out there to the people you want to reach out to? And so we spent a lot of time marketing this so that we could get the buy-in and the support of the faculty, and also reach out to our student population. And so we started out small to work out all the bugs. And so in the summer, the faculty that we worked with, the students that were exposed to this project, we got the feedback from them. We had informal conversations with the adjunct faculty. What did you enjoy? What did you think was beneficial? What are things that we can change moving forward? Would you like to bring your class in the fall to something like this? And if so, what can we do to improve upon that? And so word of mouth, clearly, faculty telling other faculty, hey, in addition to the writing orientation, they now have these workshops. Because remember, in the summer, some of the full-time faculty are off. And so when they returned in the fall and they started talking to other faculty members, like, hey, I want to be in on that too. I want to be part of that. I want my class to be exposed to those resources and workshops also. At the beginning of the fall term, we had an email blast. We reached out to not just the English chair, but some of the other departments and say, hey, we have this resource. You can bring your class. And here's the menu of workshops that we can provide to your classes. And so obviously using emails, using our professional connections within the college, and reaching out to them saying, hey, we've got this great pilot that we set off in the summer. We want to expand this in the fall. Are you interested? And then certainly, and this perhaps takes the greatest amount of work, but thankfully we have a community of professionals here that are supportive, is going to academic department meetings and just having 5 minutes to talk to the faculty and to sell them on the idea of bringing their classes or introducing their classes to the workshops, and letting them know the services that we can provide to them. Even if they know it, reminding them that we can do this for them, and letting them know the success that we saw in the summer, and having them come on board and reach out to us and have us reach out to them, and again collaborating and encouraging the faculty to bring the students to this, because it is beneficial, and they see the benefit of that. And then also it takes a little bit of burden off of them, because we're here saying we're going to provide these. We're gonna give them these workshops on resume writing, on career management, on writing skills, and it takes some of the burden off of them in their own classes. And so everybody started to see that this is something that's really beneficial to not just the students, but as the college community as a whole.
And the best part about it is it's very adaptable. This is a very easy idea, and it's pretty much we want to roll it out and expand on it. So it, like Charlie said, it's there's a lot of support at your organization, and it's just reaching out, sharing your resources, communicating, and a lot of times people want to collaborate, but you have to be the first person to extend that hand. So this is definitely something that it's a foundation using your same resources, and we plan on rolling this out and reaching out to the chairperson for social sciences at our institution to do this with SLS 1106, with the freshman experience courses. So, and again, this is just a way that we will continue to look at different ways that we can improve our services and help our students, and doing it together.
And so when you have a great idea, you certainly want to know what the takeaways are. And so we thought about this, and we were lucky enough to come up with the acronym of SUCCESS, and which stands for strategy, unity, communication, creativity, effectiveness, support, and survey. So what do those things mean in relation to this pilot and this project that we put together last summer? So certainly strategy, there's a lot of planning that goes into this. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of moving parts to this. Not that it's difficult, but if you have a team that is used to collaborating, it makes it a lot easier. And so the scheduling of the orientations, the scheduling of the workshops, the planning of the workshops, having them on a specific day so that it doesn't interfere with the professor's schedule or the classes themselves. The unity of it all. This is a unified front. We're all here for the same goal, and that's the success of the students. And so the collaboration between the Academic Writing Support Lab and Learning Resources, coming up with a plan and showing a unified front that this is something that we're doing together. We're not working separately on this. This is a unified front for the success of these students. And certainly communication, talking to one another. This was born out of a casual conversation that Nora and I had in April, and said, okay, let's try to put something together where we can work this out, reaching out to the English department chair, having her communicate that to her faculty. Creativity. Clearly, education, there's a lot of creativity involved in education. So how can we make this exciting for the students, exciting for the faculty, and exciting for ourselves, not just in the delivery of the workshops and the orientation, but also in the marketing and the advertising to the campus, so that we get more and more people want to participate in this. And then certainly the effectiveness of it all. Taking what we've done in the past individually that's been successful, and now combining it to make it something even more successful, in which now it's a more effective use of time and resources and information with everybody. And then certainly support. None of this is able to be successful without support. Sharing our support, it's a two-way street. It's the support that we provide to the students and the faculty, the support of faculty to faculty, and also the support that we provide to the students. And then finally, how are we doing? How is this all working out? Did it even work? And so it's important to have an assessment every semester, step back, look at our surveys, think about what went well, what can we do better. Like everything else, every semester, taking an assessment of what we're doing and how we can further improve upon the great work that we are doing every semester.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening, and we're here to help in any way we can. We have provided our contact information. Please feel free to reach out, or we're here. We have a few minutes to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you all for a wonderful and informative presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See, a
everybody.
few other people are typing, so we'll wait and see if there are any more questions, but I do want to go ahead and, Brett, you can stop the recording.